Hi, welcome to Hartwell dealership. Today we're going to do a handover of a Fiesta and run through some controls that are on the Fiesta with you. And the reason obviously for this is the current situation with COVID-19. To maintain social distance, obviously we can't sit in the car together and run through all the controls. So I'm going to touch on most of the stuff that's on a Fiesta. Today this Fiesta is a Fiesta Vignale, which is the top of the range model that we do, but obviously there are lots of other models and lots of other optional extras that can go on the car. So this is particularly on this one, but if you have any questions or anything, you can come to us afterwards. So we're going to go around the car and we come to the petrol cap first. Very straightforward to operate. You just pull open and Ford's easy fuel system will enable you just to put the correct fuel in there. So you can't put petrol in a diesel or diesel in a petrol. So that's a good bit of peace of mind for you. Coming round to the rear of the vehicle, with the Fiesta, just underneath the Ford badge, we have an electronic, or a little rubber pad I should say, sorry, not electronic, which you just press and the boot will lift. And obviously you can see inside the boot, quite a good bit of room for a small car. And underneath there is an inflation kit. Okay, so once you're in the driver's seat, obviously you may need to adjust it to get to where you want to be sat. There's different controls just down to the right hand side. You've got a control that will up and down the seat, obviously also adjust the seat back so it will come backwards and forwards. And in between your legs you have a rake which you can just lift up and the seat will go backwards and forwards. With the Fiesta as well, on the steering wheel there is a lever just underneath and you can lift and lower and higher and up and down the wheel to get it to where you want it to be. There are also some controls on the driver's door. As you can see from here, we have electronic windows for both the front and the rear on this particular car, and then also you have your wing mirror adjustment, so you choose whichever side you want to adjust and you use the joypad in the middle. You can also fold the wing mirrors in. There is also a lock and unlock button on the vehicle as well, so that's handy for when you're inside. Just on the right hand side of the car here you have your lights. They are different settings. You can see as displayed by the little orange LED light. You've got your side lights, your headlights, and then we have an auto on and off button, so when it gets dark at night the lights will come on for you. If you have something heavy in the rear and the lights are sort of going up, you can adjust those back down onto the road. The angle will go back on the road and you'll be able to then not blind people, which is obviously good. Front and rear fog lights just there, and also you can illuminate and deluminate the display to what you want it to be. Okay, so we'll concentrate on the steering wheel now. Obviously lots of controls in and around, but we start on the right hand side with the stalk just here, which is our windscreen wipers stalk. So if your windscreen wiper stalk is up once, that will be on intermittent mode, and also as I mentioned earlier, if your lights are on automatic, this will then put your windscreen wipers on automatic, so if it rains the wipers will go on and off. You can override by the control in the middle here and have your intermittent speed going a little bit faster if you wish to. Next click up and the windscreen wipers on the front will go all the time, and up again and they'll go even faster. You pull the windscreen wiper towards you and that will put the washer jet onto the screen and clear the screen that way. On the end of the stalk is a little control for the rear, and the first click up will send the rear windscreen wiper going intermittently as well, and then all the way up to the top it will go all the time, and then you have your jet for the rear as well, so you can wash the rear of the screen. Right hand side of the steering wheel we have some controls just on the top here for the display, enabling you just to go through looking at things like miles per gallon, how fast you're going, your average speed, lots and lots of different things that you can look at on the display there, controlled by this bit of the car here. You have a voice control button and you have a reject and answer call buttons just on here. So if you've got your phone paired to the Bluetooth, you can press that button and say call home, and the car will call home for you. Left hand side of the steering wheel we have volume controls just at the bottom, so you can lower, higher and mute the radio, and then just above it we have cruise control. This particular model has the adaptive cruise control, so this button here you can see will allow you to set the distance between you and the car in front, and it will maintain that distance all the time. But when you're at a speed that you're comfortable with and you're happy that you want to set it at, you just press the set buttons here and that will keep it at that speed. You can lower and higher the speed, you can reset the speed, and you can limit the speed if you want to. The left hand button here will cancel the cruise control, and also applying the brake and the clutch pedal will also cancel the cruise control. Left hand stalk just here, up and down for your indicators, and you have your flash and your main beam. You also have lane keeping aid just on the left hand side of the stalk, a button that you can press, and on the display will show you that you have lane keeping on, and the car will maintain which side of the road you should be on. So we move to the centre console of the vehicle. Just down by the handbrake here we have a few different buttons, and we've got auto start stop, which will enable you to turn that on and off. There's a parking assistance button, controlled by both of those there. Traction control that you can turn on and off, and also whatever driving mode you fancy driving in, or that you need to drive in, I should say. We have USB port just here, and a 12-volt adapter. Again, you plug in things like your iPhones, iPads, whatever suits. And then the climate control just in the middle. Like I say, this one being the Vignale has got climate control, but the left hand side here will change the fan speeds, and the right hand side is the temperature. You have the different places that the fans can blow out just in the middle. You have a max aircon button, and an auto, so you set the temperature to what you want it to be, and the car will keep it at that temperature. This particular model has heated seats and a heated steering wheel as well. Everyone has the Ford Classic heated screen, which is lovely, so you press that button in the winter and within about 30 seconds the screen is clear and you're ready to drive. Heated rear screen, and that's about it for the climate control. We move on to the multimedia screen. These buttons will allow you to skip through different radio stations just along the front here. You can obviously pause and play things as well. And then we have a sound menu, which will enable you to change the bass, the treble, etc. Volume levels just on here. And again, tuning just along that button just there. This is the home screen on the Multimedia Interface. If you ever want to return to this screen, you just press the home and it will always come back to that. But the first one to go through is your radio. Again, like I said, you've got different stations just along the bottom there that you can tune in and save, and you can save up to 10. You can also choose not just FM, but we've got AM, DAB and Bluetooth audio. If you've got something plugged into your USB as well, then that will come up on this screen. Moving along, we have phone. Really straightforward. You just press the add phone button, go into your Bluetooth menu on your phone, pick up the car, and then connect the two together. It may ask you for a code, just make sure they match before you hit the accept button. You'll be able to download all your contacts and bits and pieces like that from there. We also have navigation. So again, very straightforward to use. You just hit your search button at the top, and then you can put in your town, your postcode, junction of the motorway, whatever you want, and it will take you to that particular place. Mobile apps. Once you've got a phone connected, you'll see mobile apps on here, such as things like Spotify, and this is where the Ford Pass app comes in really handy and enables you to really interact with the vehicle. And then a settings button will allow you to do things such as change the clock, change the lights in the vehicle, all sorts of bits and pieces that you can do from there. And again, just to mention, the home button takes you right back to that home screen. Okay, so thank you very much again for watching the video on the handover of Fiesta. Like I've mentioned, this is the Vignale model. Other models are available in the range with different optional extras. So if there's anything we haven't covered, please feel free to get in touch with us and we can run through that with you. But for now, what we'd like to say is enjoy your new vehicle, and hopefully we'll see you soon at Hartwell.